Listen to me. This is an open rebuke for the church at large. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how big your church is. I don't care if it's black, white, or otherwise. The church is seriously in error. The purpose for separation of church and state is so that the government cannot come in and control religion and the church and vice versa. But whenever you allow the church to be infiltrated by your thoughts and ideas and opinions, and you begin to push your political agenda on your people instead of the purpose of the pulpit, which is to minister the word of God, which is to push people into their purpose and destiny and to get to know God and to get to flow with him, you have actually forfeited your rights, your authority as a pastor to minister to people when you put it out there that you cannot deal with them based on their political decisions. We cannot do that. Don't you understand what the devil is doing with divide and conquer? Look how powerful the distraction is. It is so powerful that we're saying, I'm not going to preach the word today. We're going to talk about politics. I'm not going to preach the word today. We're going to allow somebody to come in and talk about politics. I don't care who it is. Doesn't matter color, race, church, denomination. None of it is good. And now here we are, more aligned. Come on, my leaders. You're more aligned with your political party than you are with God. Now, I'm not talking about any particular person or anything, because many of us have crossed the line and we've began to condemn people and call people names, witches and demons and all of this because you don't agree with their decisions, because you don't like them. You don't have the right to do that. And you're operating on the highest level of witchcraft. Why do I say that? Because anytime you take a check and you forge God's name on that check and you sign it and then you utter the check, meaning that you give it to the people. You give this check to the people and you tell the people, God said, this is the check you're supposed to accept. God said, this is what you're supposed to choose. And then you condemn them to hell because they don't choose who you have put on the check to choose. So now they have to go to hell for checking a box according to you. That is the highest form of witchcraft and manipulation. You forged an instrument trying to get people. You broke into God's house and you're using his platform to push your thoughts and ideas, and you condemning each other. You're coming at your own brothers and sisters. What happened to the agenda of the ministry? What happened to pushing people to Christ? Are we even talking about Jesus Christ anymore? Maybe if you were as gung-ho for Jesus as you are for her or as you are for him, maybe we'll be making some progress. Maybe we'll be seeing some differences going on in the house of God. We're not supposed to be, listen, why do you have to persuade them to choose your way? Why can you not go into the house of God and do what you're supposed to do, which is minister the word of God? Not push your thoughts and ideas and condemn everybody else because they don't agree with your thoughts and ideas. I'm just saying. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, trust in the Lord with all our heart, soul, and mind, and listen, and lean not unto your own understanding. For real, your own understanding is probably warped. It's not even correct. Because you're flowing off of your feelings and emotions, what mama and them said, what daddy and them said. I heard this on the news and this and that. Whole time we're disregarding the word of God. What happened to the word of God? What happened to pushing God? And yes, I'm going to vote. But who I'm going to vote for is none of your concern. And when I get up to minister to the people of God, it's none of their concern. I don't have to. We're all grown. Let us make the right decision on our own. We shouldn't be persuaded. That's not our job. Honestly, me personally, I don't think either one of them should be the president. You mean to tell me out of almost 500 million people, these are the two people we have to choose from? My personal belief. But in no shape, form, or fashion am I going to substitute the word of God to tell somebody who they should or should not be voting for. That is manipulation, witchcraft, and everything else to the highest. And shame on all of you leaders who are out here condemning other leaders because they don't believe what you believe, because they don't agree with what you agree with. Are you serious right now? To where you're calling people demons and witches? No, you're the demon and the witch because you're standing on God's platform and you're pushing something that I thought that we are supposed to be set apart, come out from among them. We're supposed to be an example. I'm just saying. Can't keep forging instruments saying that God said, God said, God said, and God ain't said nothing. Not according to what you're saying. So yes, this is an open rebuke for every pastor, black, white, big church, small church, whatever. If you're on that platform that God has allowed you to be on and you pushing anything other than Jesus, you pushing anything other than a relationship with God, you pushing the wrong thing. And you probably need to sit down. Yeah, you probably need to sit down. Sit down with that conviction. Come on now. That's all I'm saying.